Hi friends, it's Peggy Noe from PrettyPaperCards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I'm here today with Ellie. I'm trying to get her to look up for you. We are having a hot day here in San Diego County. It's about 95 here where I live in Escondido. It is pretty hot and we've got the air conditioner going. Here at the end of the afternoon, we just had to turn it on because it was so hot. So I'm glad you've joined us today, and I hope that it's not quite as hot where you live. We're just having a heat spurt, really. And so I hope it's not quite as hot where you're living. I'm checking to see here who's popping on. How are you doing today? How's your weather where you are? And we have a lot to talk about today. We really do. Ellie, come on, look up here. There she is. Okay. I thought maybe you could see her a little bit better. Hey, Robin, how are you? Ellie had a bath this morning for you all, and she got a pretty purple bow. So she's ready. She's ready to go, and I think she's ready to actually sit down and relax a little bit. So we are going to talk about a lot of things today. We've got a lot of stuff going on, but the first thing I wanted to mention is that I'm going to give a real nice gift for people who share this video, this Facebook Live. Hi, sweetie. If you share the Facebook Live, you'll be put in a drawing to win some Gingham Gala 6x6 designer series paper and a package of iridescent sequins, which I use all the time. And these are the Gingham Gala is retired. It was hi Linda, how are you? It was popular and people couldn't get enough of it, and now it's retired and I have a pack, so I've got several. But this and the sequins I will send to one person. If you share the video, you have to come back and write shared in the comments, and then I'll take the people who said shared and I'll pick a winner. I'll probably have my husband pick it. I'll fold up the papers and pick a winner, and you will get it. You'll have to send me your address if I don't have it, and you will get that prize. So I'm really looking forward to that for you. Hey, Lynn. So I'm gonna put Ellie down and we're gonna see well, actually, let's talk a little bit. Did you all see the retiring list that came out yesterday, Wednesday? I've had it posted on my blog, and a lot of great stuff is retiring. And I really want you to know about it, and I want you to be able to get it quick. So I'm going to turn my phone down, and I want to show you some of the things that are retiring that I think are really essentials. Okay, so hold on for me. I have to do a couple of things here. I have been practicing to get this just right. Okay, there we go. And here is the first thing that I think is very essential. And you can see I have used it so much. It's called the Embossing Buddy. And it is, in fact, I'm going to order a couple because they're being retired and we won't be able to get them. And what it is, it's a little, I think it's a bag of chalk. I'm not totally sure what's inside, but I think it's a bag of chalk. And what you use it for is when you are heat embossing, before you put the Versamark ink on your paper, you rub this across your paper to remove all the oils. And you will get such a better impression with your Versamark ink and your embossing powder. And I think this is just an absolute essential. After I'm done, I'm gonna put a little post on my Facebook page with the item numbers for these. But this is an absolute essential. Another essential that's retiring, and you can see how much I use these. They're just, and you see me use them. This is a Stampin Pierce Mat, and this is what we use when we're stamping with our photopolymer stamps that you can see through. The photopolymer stamp needs a little extra padding, and so we always recommend that you put this under your paper and then stamp, and it makes your impression turn out so much more clear. So another essential, both of these are not much money. I think this is $5. The other one, I don't want to say for sure, but I'm thinking $7, but I will post it. If you don't have either of these things, you absolutely must. All right, now let's talk about today's project. This is the card we're going to make today, and I must tell you that I am absolutely, totally shocked that the Honeybee bundle is retiring. I love this bundle. It's been so popular, they haven't even been able to keep them in stock. And so the first thing I thought to bring to you as a sample is the Honeybee bundle, so that you can, I want to make sure to get it on the screen where you can see it clearly, so that you can get it now before it retires, because it's not on sale, but I don't think it will ever be on sale. It is retiring and won't be returning, and that's the important thing. If you don't have this, or you don't have the dies because the dies were back ordered for a while, you must get it. Here's the stamp set, and here are the different dies, and they are fabulous. We're going to use them today. Another thing we're going to use today that I want to show you are these fabulous stitch label framelits dies. And these, I have used this particular one so much, and we're going to use it again today. They are so cute. And this goes with the Stitched All Around stamp set. And it has great sentiments. Oh, darling, you're fabulous. I love that. But the dies in particular, get them now if you don't have them. This stuff is flying off the shelves. I posted this morning about the Darling label box. It's already gone. Gone. And so if you want these, I want you to be able to get them. So I want you to go on right away. You can shop right away on the top right of my page. It says shop now, I think, and you can go right to my store. But I will give you a couple of links after I'm done. So this is the cute little card we're going to make. We're going to use the Honeybee bundle and the stitched framelits that I showed you. So let's get started. Let me get I've done some of the things in advance so that we don't have to wait too long. And here are because I have one little technique that I'm going to show you today. So here's our card base, which you know already is, let's see, 11, 8.5 by 5.5, and scored at 4 1/4, right? Okay. So there's our card base. We are going to put on, I'm using my favorites that are retiring. This is the Bird Ballad Designer Series paper. It's a piece from it, and it's my favorite piece. I thought, you know what, if things are retiring, I'm going to use my favorites. And so this is a piece from that. Now on the sample card, I did tie around a piece of white baker's twine, which, if you can believe it, is also retiring. But I'm not going to do it here because I want you to see clearly everything that I'm doing, so you know how to build the card. I had someone ask me the other day, you know, how do you build the different layered cards? And this one isn't super layered, but I'm going to show you a little bit about doing that today. So here is our piece of the Bird Ballad paper that I'm going to press down there. Now the next thing we're going to put on is this stitch label die, and I'm going to put it up a little bit to the left. I've already cut it out for speed so we can do these things quickly today. And let me get a little glue on that. I'm going to put it a little up to the left. And now I made the little honeycomb, not honeycomb, the beehive. There we go. Sometimes it takes a minute when you get older. And I did this for speed also. This is a stamp and a die from the Honeybee bundle. And I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals on the back. Whoops. And what we're going to do is we're just going to raise this up down here on the left and the bottom, the bottom right side of our card. So let's get that on there. And this little beehive I just think is so darling. So I'm just gonna layer it on top there with the dimensionals. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make the flowers. Now I pre-made some flowers, but I want to show you how I did it, because when you're using little stamps like this flower stamp, and the stamp set, the Honeybee Bundle has these. It's a stamp going left and a stamp going right, and you may not want it all in one color. For example, if you stamped it all, here's our sample again, or here's one. If you stamp this all green, how would your flowers be a different color, or vice versa? So I wanted to show you how to do this. And you do it with markers. So I've got the lovely lipstick marker, Stampin' Right marker, and the old olive marker. And I'm going to use the brush edges. Let me get on my glasses here. Okay, so we're going to brush the flowers on the stamp. Brush that flower with the marker. And then there's another little flower right over here. We're going to brush with the color. And it's okay if you go off onto the stamp itself, just don't go off onto another raised portion. Now we're going to, with the brush end again, we're going to go in and color the stem and the leaves. And you just color the raised portion of the stamp there with the marker. And like I said, I get it off onto the other parts of the stamp, but that's okay, it's not going to show. All right, now the trick to this, the key, maybe not the trick, is to breathe on it. We say huff to kind of moisten the ink, and there is your flower going to the right. Now let's do the one going to the left. Have you ever done the huffing? Tell me if you've done it, I'd like to know. Because I think it works out really well, especially when you're using the markers. It's as if while you're working on the other part, like the little red part, the lovely lipstick section might dry out, and so we moisten it again before we stamp. And now we're going to do the leaves and the stem. I think it turns out really nice, and if you've never used this technique, I hope you will. Markers and a little huff. So let's do that. Isn't that great? I think that's just the neatest thing, and that way we end up with our two flowers. We have the stem and the leaves green, and we have our flowers in lovely lipstick, just like we would like. So like I said, I went ahead and cut these out with the coordinating dies just so I'd have it done for you. And I am actually going to put on these some little tiny mini Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to put a dimensional up on the flower part. Whoops, where did that go? Oh, there it is. And you can see I had stamped the back side of this piece, and I didn't really like how it turned out, so I stamped the other side. And I just use them over and over again. Well, I do one side and then the other. I don't like to waste my paper. So this particular leaf, I wanted to be coming out of the beehive, so I'm going to have that go over to the right, and it's raised up on the little mini dimensionals. Now let's do this one. Let's pull this up. Hi, Sue. You're outside pulling weeds and watching me. Wow. Lynn has huffed and puffed. Okay, so now we're going to put two little dimensionals on this. I just leave the base of the stem. It doesn't really need the dimensionals. It's not going to go anywhere because the top is adhered so well. So we're going to put this flower, and I'm just going to tuck it in because I kind of want to cover the area here. So there are our flowers. Aren't those cute? Now we're going to put our bees on, and I stamped the bees ahead in Early Espresso, and I'm going to color the bees in with a Stampin' Blend marker, Daffodil Delight. They don't have it, the beehive I colored in Crushed Curry, but we don't have I don't think we have Stampin' Blends in Crushed Curry. So I wanted to get a yellow to make the bees look realistic. So can you see me coloring them? I'm just coloring their little bodies. I just think these are the cutest bees. I can't even tell you how sad I am that this bundle is retiring. I'm just, like I said, I'm shocked. Okay, now I'm going to use regular dimensionals to adhere the little bees. And I just want to put them around, like I'm going to put one here as if he's going to go right into his little hive there. Whoops. And this little guy, I like to, as I've mentioned before, you should use 3s because it's more visually appealing. And so it's good to just sprinkle them around. And I'm going to use this one here and put him up in here as if he's going into the flowers. Isn't that just cute? Now let's do our sentiment. And I'm going to go back to this piece of paper that I used. I'm going to use Lovely Lipstick ink. And I love this sentiment. I've used it before a lot. It says, thinking of you, sweet friend. And it's something I would really say to a friend. So I'm going to ink up my stamp. Press down. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to fussy cut it with my scissors that I did not bring. Oh my goodness sakes. Okay, well we're going to improvise because they've been doing a lot of paper tearing lately. Normally I would cut it out on my sample. I cut it out, but I think just for these purposes, I'm going to try just paper tearing it. You've seen a lot of paper tearing lately. It's just a little something people are doing nowadays, so I'm just going to paper tear my sentiment out, and we'll see how it looks. I'm not afraid, are you? I just go for it. Just try something new, that's what I say. Okay, there's our little torn sentiment. I don't think it looks too bad, I really don't. And what I'm going to do is because I want some of it to extend over to this end, I'm not going to put glue under that, but I'm going to put glue under the rest here. Let me get my glue going. Okay, there's a little glue. And we're just going to set that off to the right a little bit. And there's our card. What do you think? I hear some of you saying, we really didn't need to tear that paper, did we? But I did. I did. And I just don't think it looks too bad. Now, we always like to stamp inside of our card, and so I'm going to stamp another little bee, or maybe 2 or 3, because they are so cute, and I'm just going to miss them so much. So let's put a little bee on the inside, and we could even do a little row of bees coming up like that. Isn't that just cute? The only thing I've thought of is you might not want to give this to someone who is allergic to bees. That is the one thing I've thought about this. And there's our darling card. And it was easy and quick. Again, I didn't show you the die cutting. That did take a little time. But I just think it's the most adorable little card. And again, I'm actually heartbroken that the bee bundle, the honeybee bundle, is retiring. So seriously, if you want this bundle, don't wait, because like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if it's maybe gone tomorrow. You never know, but you definitely want to get it if you like it. Do not wait. Hey Brian, how you doing? And don't forget to share my Facebook Live video. Oh, thank you. I like it too. If you share the video, go back in and put shared as a comment, and I will send you, if you're drawn, I'm going to draw from those who share the Gingham Gala 6x6 paper, a whole pack, and a pack of iridescent sequins. And I was thinking of putting some of them on the card today, but I didn't. I wanted the focus to be just on the bees. So thank you so much for stopping by. Shop in my store, and I'll be putting those links as soon as we're finished. I'll be putting them in the comments. And mark your calendars for next Friday at 4 o'clock Pacific time so that you can stop by. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. I always have trouble turning this off, so just wait a minute. Gosh. There we go. Thank you. Bye.